Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 20th. This week, we're just going to jump right in here. Now, you have this hummingbird spirit says, be here, be now. You have this koala spirit says, spirit has a plan. So all you have to do is be present, I feel. The hummingbird, spirit, totem, whatever you want to call it, can represent having been on a long journey and finally receiving your reward. And are you kidding? You have the Ten of Pentacles, which is amazing. There could be, kind of like a long-awaited reward coming in for you. This feels to me like, especially if you're working towards something. So if you've been working to working, on a project for a long period of time, or if you've been working to manifest a project for a long period of time, and it's like you're finally, getting to the finish line or finally creating whatever it is that you've been working on for a long period of time. Yeah, you've been very patient here, and you're finally. It looks to me like you're finally moving forward, so I like to see that. This first row is going to be your current general energies, and again, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, like building, leaving a legacy. So even if you're not building a legacy, you could be or have been working on something that will support you for a long time. Feels like a project or something like that to me for a long time. So again, I feel like it's almost like you're building the foundation that will carry you through the next 20 years, or something like that. So, again, I wouldn't even worry about the next 20 years because I think that whatever you're working on or have been building up is going to support you for a long time to come. I also like the Ten of Pentacles for love, and we do see a little bit of love here going down to the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups can be a knight in shining armor. You also have the Hierophant here, and the Hierophant can also be marriage. So that looks good. You have the Three of Wands. As always, more, doing more things, taking more risks is what I feel with the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is a card of expansion, your ship's coming in, and we've already talked about this. It looks to me like you're getting a result, but sometimes I think with the Three of Wands, it basically says, what are you waiting for? If there are certain changes that you're wanting to make in your life, just make those changes, try the new things. And I think that, especially for you fixed signs, that there's a lot of success in, doing things you've never done before, being flexible. Like I always say to fixed signs, everything you want is on the other side of something you've never done before. So, take that how it resonates. And I feel that if you try new things, that's where the expansion is going to come from. Again, he's standing at the top of this hill here, and he's looking out at those ships. But it's like if he doesn't get on those ships, then he's not going to have an adventure. But, so he has to kind of leave a comfort zone. He has to leave something behind here, and I feel that for you. You have the Four of Wands. Yeah, this right here could be a person you marry. You don't have to marry him right now, but, it could be marriage in the future if you're looking for love. We have, three great cards for love there. You even have this great and full card in this next row, and that great and full card can represent, it kind of reminds me of the Ace of Cups, right? So I do feel there could be a solid connection coming in for you. The Four of Wands is also a card of freedom. And so I feel for a lot of you, it's whatever, you could literally be creating financial freedom here, whatever it is that you're doing. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Six of Swords. Yeah, there are things that you're going to have to leave behind is what I feel here. I think everybody has to do this right now. It's almost like the universe is asking everyone to leave one thing behind so that you can have something better. And I think that a lot of us are kind of letting go of our old story or the things we used to believe about ourselves, or there could be certain blockages that you're letting go of. It's sometimes a blockage can kind of become a little bit of a comfort zone, or sometimes we reach a certain level and that it's that level that we're at becomes a comfort zone. And what I feel here is that with the Five of Swords, the Five of Swords to me can, of course it can represent a separation or winning at all cost, but it's coming up in the area of the good stuff. And I always look at the Five of Swords as a card of taking a risk or, doing something to push yourself outside of comfort zone. So, I kind of feel that this is you moving past this. Yeah, look at this. With the Three of Wands, you have the Eight of Swords. You have the Eight of Swords twice. The center card in this 9-card spread is the most important card. And the Eight of Swords represents only seeing one way of doing things when there are many ways to do everything that you want to do. So I would just, as I say in every single one of your readings for the past 2 years, I would stay as flexible as possible in how you accomplish your goals. I think being more flexible, being open to, other people's opinions or different ways of doing things is probably going to be the thing that'll make you the most successful. So I would pay attention to that. I would also don't stay stuck, especially if you're waiting for something, that Three of Wands can be a card that says, what are you waiting for? You can have something right now. So I think you just have to go and get it. Here you go. With the Four of Wands, you have the Ace of Swords. Like I said, everybody's cutting one thing out, having something else. On the Ace of Swords, there's this palm frond right here, and palm fronds in the tarot can represent making a sacrifice, and it's not like some sort of crazy sacrifice. We're just talking about releasing something that no longer serves you, or something that's been a waste of time, or again, if there's something that's keeping you stuck at a level, you could be cutting that out, and clearly that will be a victory. The Ace of Swords is like a big win, a victory, something like that. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this Close Encounters card and this Great and Full card. So I feel like you're going to be very grateful moving forward. I think I said at the beginning of the month that I felt like the end of the month was really kind of like a sigh of relief, right? That's kind of how I feel for you, Taurus, is at the end of the month, you're just like, wow, that was one hell of a ride, and you're finally kind of breathing that sigh of relief is what it feels like to me at the end of the month here. And so I would enjoy it and, take time to rest, relax, recover, heal, do nice things for yourself. I think all that would be, great with this energy. I also do feel that there could be like an encounter with a person. This has been coming up for you like all of a sudden the past couple weeks. So there could be a person that you're meeting or you're interacting with, and this person could, of course, lead to love. You have the Six of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Hierophant. The Six of Swords is about moving on to calmer shores. So I do feel for a lot of you that you could be moving on to calmer shores here, or there could just be general improvements coming into your life. I feel like you're noticing like the lightness of the energy with that hummingbird spirit. Again, the hummingbird spirit has been on a long journey and is finally getting to its nectar. So for a lot of you, I feel you're finally, kind of getting into something that makes you feel more fulfilled, or you're just creating more fulfillment in your life. Could even be healing as well. You have the Eight of Swords as your center card. Again, the center card, most important card here in the 9-card spread. I feel like for a lot of you that you feel that there are things that are kind of keeping you stuck, but really there aren't. The whole point of the Eight of Swords is that she thinks she's going to drown because it's like low tide, and she's been put out here with all these swords around her, but really there are no swords in front of her. She could easily lean up against those swords, cut herself free, take her blindfold off, and then she could set herself free. So she is a prisoner of her own mind. And I do feel for a lot of you that this is saying going this way, that you need to set your mind free. This could be through being flexible, like I already said, learning new ways of doing things, exploring, stuff like that would be very good for you. You have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is, of course, you here, Taurus. You're showing up in a very strong position. Whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength, really allows you to get what you want from the reading. So love that. The Hierophant also can represent needing to think outside the box, which, again, I think would be a really good idea for you to maybe be a little bit more flexible or think outside the box or something like that. I also feel that there could be a person, it could be a fire sign, could be any sign, general reading, but you do have Leo here so far. We'll see what else comes up in a minute, but I do feel that there could be a person that's coming in for you, and it could be a person that leads to marriage if you want that, or it could just be a commitment, again, if you want that as well. So let's see what is going on here. With the Six of Swords, you have the Hermit. The Hermit is about needing to shine your inner light. The Hermit has been through dark night of the soul, and now he has the star in his lantern, but he kind of needs to share that information, or he needs to share with the world what he has learned. So it could be a good time for you to share, or for you to create whatever it is that you're creating. Again, I think we're in a very creative time. I even think all the energy in Taurus is encouraging creation. So anything new that you could create and put out into the world based off of the experiences you've been through. Again, he's been on a long journey. You have been on a long journey with that hummingbird, and now he is shining his inner light. So it's time for you to, create something in the world that shows off your inner journey. With the Eight of Swords, this is crazy. Again, you have a bunch of repeating cards here, Six of Swords, and then the Hierophant twice. This really doesn't happen all that often, but all of a sudden, a lot of people have been getting these kind of repeating card readings. And whenever you have repeating cards, it's basically just confirmation for the message. It's like the universe saying I meant what I said. So this right here could lead to love. With the Hierophant, here you go. You have the King of Cups. Could be a water sign as well. The King of Cups would be someone who's very emotionally stable, emotionally secure. It could also be like an adventurous person. He has this boat behind him, and the boat kind of on the King of Cups, it represents a time where our ancestors would get on boats and they would have no clue where they were going. They were just exploring, right? So you could be attracting a very adventurous person. That is popping into my head, like a person who maybe travels or goes on a lot of adventures or whatever the case may be. I think it'll be good for you, whatever it is. I mean, this looks like a really good love reading. This could also be communication with the person here. So again, if you haven't communicated with a person that you're interested in, this could be you communicating or starting communication, right? Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this embracing card and this going forward card. I feel like you're embracing like the path that you're on. That embracing card, I mean the going forward card, you can see it's like that path to that sun in the background. So I feel like the path that you're on is leading to happiness. Again, it seems to me like I would call this a foundational reading. It's like you are building a foundation with the Ten of Pentacles. But this is like a foundation that, it's something you've been working on. It could be a project or business or just your health or your personal life. I feel you've done a lot of work on those things, and now you have something to build off of. Now you have something that you can work off of, is what this feels like to me. You have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is about taking a risk. I think it is time for you to take bigger risks again, probably around creativity or around creating new things that are outside, that require flexibility, that are outside your comfort zone. But doing that will lead to you being the winner. Again, this guy right here is the winner at the front of the card. So I see a lot of big wins. And with the Ace of Swords as well, I see a lot of wins. If you're thinking about cutting anything out, again, pretty much everyone for this week has had these cards of like cutting things out or removing things. So it seems to me like it could be a good week to, shed layers, to get rid of things that no longer serve you, or to remove certain things from your life. You have the Strength card. The Strength card, of course, is a card of strength. So I feel like you have been very strong. I feel like you are strong. I feel like people are seeing how strong you are. Again, I think that by the time we get to the end of the month, you're kind of maybe going to be glowing a little bit. The Strength card, people are seeing her stick her hands in this lion's mouth. And she's also getting that lion to submit to her. So the lion kind of represents her inner beast, her inner critic, her inner voice, but it's submitting to her. So I feel for a lot of you that you are kind of getting your inner voice to submit to you, or something along those lines is going on here. And, obviously that's good. You have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups would be like a knight in shining armor. So I do feel that there could be a knight in shining armor coming in for you, for those of you that want love. For most of you, I feel like you know who this person is. Some of you, I feel like you're about to meet this person somewhere, probably in public somewhere. So if you're looking for love, this looks great. I also like the Knight of Cups for manifesting a dream. He just needs to plant seeds in front of that water there, and they will grow. So if you have like a dream or something you're trying to accomplish, now is clearly the time. Again, I feel like you're finally getting the rewards you've been waiting for with that hummingbird, so this looks great. With the Five of Swords, you have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands kind of like learns as she goes, and maybe that's a little bit of a challenge here for you, Taurus. It's like you don't know all the details. You're not sure if what you're working on is going to work, but I feel you need to embrace more of that Queen of Wands energy of being willing to learn as you go, being willing to, explore your ideas and be flexible. With the Strength card, you have the Tower. So again, you've had Tower moments in the past. Again, it's coming up in the good stuff. Wouldn't worry about it. And everybody's had the Tower again this week. So, we could see some global Tower moments. But what I would say here is that I feel like the Tower is kind of encouraging you to, it's basically saying you've rebuilt the foundation. Again, with the Tower, we get reduced down to a foundation, but we always rebuild the foundation like 10 times stronger after. So I feel for a lot of you, you are, working on rebuilding a foundation, or you have rebuilt a foundation. Now it's time to kind of like, rebuild the Tower stronger. And, that's the whole point of the Tower. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Magician. Yeah, I feel like you attracted this. If this is a person, I feel like you attracted this person into your life. We're going to pull this card right here because that's the card the Magician's pointing to. Yeah, you have a Spirit of Gratitude card. So by being grateful for the things you have, that could be what has attracted a person into your life. I also feel that with the Magician, that you could be like manifesting a dream. Again, the Knight of Cups can be your dream or something that you're trying to create. You have this jug. It says lighthearted, carefree time. I would be like embracing this. I see a lot of what I would call, child cards in the reading. Page of Swords, Six of Cups, the Sun even. These are all cards of childlike energy. You don't have any of those, but you have this right here. And it just seems to me like the universe is giving people an edge who are, maybe embracing their childlike energy, being more playful, more creative, all the things that we said kind of at the beginning of the reading. Even the Queen of Wands, like, just moves towards her desire. That's it. That's children, right? So she just moves towards the sun. And we have the sun on this going forward card. So I really feel that's success right there. You have this owl. It says, good advice from a wise person. Yeah, I think there are a lot of people who want to help you. I mean, even the Hierophant, even if that's not you, that could be a wise person that's like helping you in some way. You have this gong. It says an exciting event. You have this tortoise card that says slowly but surely getting ahead. Again, I really feel if you've been working on something like a project or a business or something that you've created for a long time, it's like you could finally be presenting it. Hermit, like we already talked about. I get that feeling from the Hermit. You could also just be getting a result, and maybe it's been slow, but you're finally getting a result. You have this hat card. It says you will be playing a different role. Yeah, I mean, we literally said that you're going to be sacrificing something in your life so that you can have something better. So I do feel that it's time for you to play a different role. It's time for you to, boss up, get a raise or a promotion at work, or change your business in some way, or take a more forward-facing approach, or be flexible. Right? All those things kind of pop up with this card. But by playing this role, it's like you're getting out of that comfort zone. Like I said at the beginning of the reading, it almost seems to me like everybody needs to leave a comfort zone right now. But I feel like yours is a little bit different. It's like an established comfort zone, something where it's like you always make the same amount of money, or maybe you have developed a comfort zone at work, and leaving that is going to help you a lot. You have this Hills card. It says obstacles to overcome. Yeah, life isn't perfect. Things will always pop up, but they're just hills. They're not mountains. So, and you're getting stronger each time you overcome something. I feel that's what that's saying. But pretty interesting reading. I like this. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.